And this is my co-host Destiny Rydas. What's going on with you, Des?
Hey, what's up? How's it
Everything.
going?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing wonderful. How's everything over there in Australia?
Yeah, it's really good. I've just releasing my mixtape as we speak, so
Word.
that will be available to download worldwide now. So
That's all
pretty
right.
excited about that.
That's all right. That's what's up. How long? Is this your first mixtape?
Yeah, surprisingly it is. I mean, it's taken me a while to sort of release it, just working out which direction and stuff I'm sort of like going to take. Yeah, like it's called Australia to USA, her Destiny Volume One. So it's pretty exciting, pretty cool.
Okay. Uh, how hard did you work on that? I know you work hard all the time, but was it stressful? Was it kind of did it flow? How did it go for you?
It's sort of yeah, just it wasn't stressful at all. Like when I'm behind the mic, obviously, like I can release all my stress. So it was fun, and like all these songs that I'm releasing, they're all like a strong message, and yeah, there's a couple of collaborations there as well, which is cool. So a couple
Oh,
of features.
okay. Who you got on there with you?
All right, so I've got Taggy the Trend, which he's from Cleveland, Ohio, in America,
Okay.
and I've also got Gunzo, which he's part of Harmony House Entertainment, which is Lazy Bones label.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's the track.
That's all right. That's what's up. Now what can people expect from this mixtape, this CD?
I guess a lot of people can relate to it worldwide. It is different. Like be like prepared for that. Like I don't sound like anybody else, and yeah, like it is different. So
Oh,
if
okay.
people want to hear something different, they can download it for free. So
That's what's up. That's what's up.
so as well, just quickly with that one, Friend of Me isn't going to be released on that track. So if fans out there want a signed copy, whatever it may be, they're able to place an order, and I can send that through to fans.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. Now, we got Too Rude and Caleb Simmonds coming on the show today, two Canadian artists. I know them from back in the day. I done some work with Rude years back. As a matter of fact, myself, a cool dude. Have that's pretty cool to be have Toronto. And matter of fact, we're gonna have Toronto on the phone and Nova Scotia. Both of those are in Canada for people who out there who don't know. I know y'all know where Toronto is, but in case y'all don't know where Nova Scotia is, that is also in Canada as well. That's like real far to the East Coast out there. So that's gonna be a big deal, right?
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to this interview. So
Yeah, that's what's up. Have yeah, what about the Canadian industry? I guess a lot of people just kind of really know, predominantly, a lot of people just kind of know about Drake when it comes to hip hop side. I mean, you got Cardinal. Have you heard of Cardinal Official?
no, I haven't.
Yeah, he from up there in Canada as well. He been doing his thing for a minute. Um, he had I can't remember who, but he done had tracks with a few major artists out of the USA too as well. But they got them up here. They got Drizzy up there. I guess they looking for P Rain to come out of Canada next. But that's what's up. That's a big deal down there. Hey, do they have any other I think I asked you this when we talked before. But I don't think people over here really get to know, man. Like, do they, or a lot of do they have, like, does Australia have any, like, rappers? Like, do they have rappers over there? Like, you know what
I
I'm
would
saying?
say I would say the biggest rappers that are out here at the moment, like for males, like it's always obviously a male dominated industry, but like a group called 360
Uh,
and Hilltop Hoods, they're probably like so they're real Aussie hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, just completely different styles to what I'm doing. But I mean, yeah, they're pretty up there.
let me
So
ask you,
they're pretty successful. Yeah.
let me ask you a question. Australian hip hop artists. I mean, we know how you get down. We done heard your music. Now, you know how over here you get
Yeah.
kind of like the hardcore. You get some hardcore lyricists in hip hop music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is Are they Australian? Are they hardcore? I don't want to say gangsters, but quote unquote gangsters. Are they hardcore rappers in Australia too? Like, what are they talking about?
I guess a lot of them are just probably talking about their, like their childhood or whatever it may be. Like, as they've grown up, they've had a hard life and just lived the streets. And, what I'm saying? A lot of these rappers, they do talk about experiences that they've had. So,
Oh, okay. So they do have. So over there, I guess it's like anywhere else. They do have a bit of kind of like they do got this thug life kind of thing going on over there as well, or is it just really kind of laid back in Australia? Because most people when they think about Australia, they think about beautiful lands, exotic animals, and you know what I'm saying, things of that nature.
Out here in like Australia, whatever it is, like the hip hop scene is absolutely shocking. Like we're trying our best, obviously, to improve that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like I would say for the males, when it comes to doing that hardcore kind of hip hop R&B kind of stuff thing, like there's one artist out in Sydney.
Uh-huh.
His name's Big Cash. So he's got a few really cool
Okay.
songs out there.
Okay.
And that's it really. There's not many really other artists that are doing that kind of stuff out here.
Right. Right. So the I know you getting ready to start working on a video for Friend of Me. Am I right? Or
Yeah, I've already started on that. We started on Monday. So
oh.
we're going to be doing the final scenes and stuff in November.
Okay.
That's pretty exciting.
I
And
bet.
also as well, I've got next week, I'm also featuring on, I don't know if you've heard of Hip Hop TV out here in Australia.
I'm sure I have. I'm sure I have, as a matter of fact, because I mean I've been I've been knowing about kind of like the Australian scene for a while. That's why I asked that. But yeah, you going on there?
Yeah, so I'm going to be a feature for this TV show. So I'm flying out to Sydney next week for that. So that's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's gonna be all right. Like you been that would that be your first time in? I doubt it. That's not your first time going to Sydney, right?
No, it's not. I've been there a few times to do shows and stuff. So
Now,
this will be my first TV feature.
how far is Sydney from where you at? Cause you're in Melbourne, right?
That's correct. It's about an hour by plane.
Oh, okay, okay. I try, you know what I'm saying? I try to share that stuff with the people because you know over here people kind of get an idea of how far cities are from other places. Like you know, you got DC, you got NY, you got North Carolina. People kind of know the distance between, like it's driving distance. So Sydney's an hour flight away. So people, I guess,
Hour
commute.
flight and about 7 hours to drive. Correct.
How many hours to drive?
About 7 hours.
Wow. Okay, so that's a little bit away then. What's the closest town to Melbourne where you at right now?
As in like another city or?
I guess, yeah, yeah, okay, like another major city, I guess.
Yeah, I would say Sydney.
Oh man, really?
Yeah.
That's okay. That's what I'm talking about. I guess you know to talk about the geographical nature. I guess that's you know to get at people a bit of an idea of I guess the way it is out there like that. So there are other cities between, but they just fairly small, I suppose.
Correct.
Oh, that's real interesting. Okay, so what producers did you have on this new mixtape? Is it all new songs or?
Yeah, no, it's gonna. A lot of these songs have been on my SoundCloud and stuff, but I mean, a lot of fans sort of don't know where to go and all that kind of and so basically they haven't been able to download any of my songs as well. So this will be the first time that they can actually download my mixtape for free. I just want to give something back to the fans to say thank you very much for all the support and you know like just for following my journey and yeah.
Right. Okay, that's a big deal. I know a lot of people waiting on that. You always got so much support on there and things like that. So that's a big deal. Um, what I saw your banner as a matter of fact for the for the mixtape and how you know Australia to the USA. And I was looking at it, I was like, that's kind of crazy, right? Because they really got all the same letters, you know what I'm saying? AUS and USA, and it's just like, that's ironic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is all about me, obviously, like pursuing my career in America and stuff as well. So making that big step, leaving here and going over there.
Right. That's what's up. That's what's up. Everybody out there, this is Keith Harris with co-host Destiny Rydas. We listening to the Global Network right here on Hotline Radio. As we said before, don't forget, coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to be shouting out to Canada. You know what I'm saying? So shout outs to the whole North, everybody up there, Curry King, Derek Palmer, a.k.a. D.R.K., Ferrari, Shugs, just all my peoples up there. Everybody, y'all know who y'all are. Mad love and respect to everybody out there doing their thing. Again, don't forget tomorrow coming up on the show. You know what? Tomorrow coming on the show, Destiny, is going to be Steve Oakley and Melanie Grunder, which are two amazingly great movie producers. They put them horror films together, and by this being October Halloween month, that's a real big deal right there. So, you know that's yeah. So that's gonna be off the chain. Oh, and Troop, I forgot to tell everybody, but I'm gonna put that out there today. But it was kind of short notice. But Troop, and this is for them cats that from the golden age who know who Troop. Have you heard of Troop, Destiny? Okay, all right. Troop, you know what I'm saying? Troop is one of the groups, but you heard a New Edition.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, okay, right. So Troop is like the New Edition, you know, like or like in comparison back in that day. You know what I'm saying? And so they put out a whole lot of bangers. They put out a whole lot of hits as an R&B group. Songs like Mama Sita and a bunch of joints like that. People know who I'm talking about. So that's gonna be a real big deal. They're gonna be on the show tomorrow as well. Legend, in other words, legendary, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're gonna be stopping through and talking about what project they got coming up and a few of their individual projects that they doing as well. So that's gonna be real heavy right there too as well. And then on Friday we got B Rutland in the building. That's BK. I don't know if you've been seeing, but we done had a lot of Brooklyn on the show lately. Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, pay attention.
Yeah. So and that's real good because we getting back to, it feels good and shout outs to everybody doing their thing, but it's real good to be able to get back to the fundamentals of hip hop music too, which really is all about the lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And so yeah, so that's what you about to say?
No, I was saying exactly. I was agreeing.
Yeah, so that's gonna be that's gonna be a big deal. A lot of stuff coming up. I mean, but it's the global network. There's always a lot of stuff coming up. We don't stop over here, so you know what I'm saying?
Non-stop vacation.
That's right. That's what it is. All right, we're gonna get into a little bit of music for the people. Keith Harris, co-host Destiny Riders. We got Canada in the building right now. As a matter of fact, on the phone, we got Kaleb Simmonds and we got 2 Rule. What's going on, fellas?
What's happening, world? How are you?
Hey man, so
Destiny Riders from Australia. How are you?
that's what's up. That's everybody, y'all. That's all 3 sides. That's some of the 3 sides right there in the building, man. It's real big. Y'all don't see this going on everywhere. Like Rue said earlier, that's technology right there. You feel me?
Yeah, technology's amazing.
No doubt. So look now, Rue. All right, we'll start on that. We'll start with you, Rue, and what's going on, and then we'll get into you know what I'm saying, how you and Kaleb started to work together on this project y'all got going on right now. How long you been doing this for, Rue, man? I know since I known you, you've been doing this, and that's been some years itself. How long you been in the game, bro?
Man, I'm thinking I've bucked over 15 years in the game now, to be realistic, man. I've been doing this for a minute now.
Word.
You know, it's been a while.
So how has it felt, man? Have you seen the music industry change any over the 15 years?
Oh, it's changed a lot in many ways. You know, you're just really learning about music and really just, I kind of grew with the business as well, you know, so just watching it change. But, you know, I was able to go through that and actually learn and grow and understand the business and to become even stronger with, like, being happy with making music now, because I'm just happy just putting out music and not being worried about anything, you know?
Right. Now, let's start, man. Let's start just in general. We're gonna talk about the Grammy. I mean, not Grammy, but the equivalent of a Grammy, which is the Juno Award you won up there, bro. How did that feel, man? That's a big honor.
That was great. That was actually a great accomplishment. Actually, when I actually said I wanted to do this, like do the music, and I understood what the equivalent of the Juno was and everything was from the Much Music Video Awards, those are goals that I set for myself. You know, I said that these are the things that I want, and I actually was able to achieve and get every last thing that I said I wanted to get. I went out and got it. But it just with a lot of great work and focus and everything too that went behind it. It wasn't just a happy skip and a dance to get there, you know. So it was a lot of hard work because at that time too, urban music was kind of scarce here. So we had to really knock down doors and, you know, do a lot of things to actually get that kind of level popping for like urban music in Canada.
You know what? That makes sense. I hear a lot of people even nowadays when they talk about Canada, just they really talk about how hard it is, like you said, to knock down the walls on urban music. I know, pop singers, they do pretty well there. You got a few people who made it to this side through the pop, but not many urban artists have done that. So that had to be a bit difficult for you. you had to prove yourself, I'm assuming, or they just couldn't deny it because it was hot tracks anyway.
Yeah, well, it was proving yourself, but was proving myself with definitely like finding the right talent from here to display to make people pay attention and really recognize what was coming from here. Like even how I met Pharaoh Monch to even have him on my project that went out to How Can I Be Down. Right. And out in How Can I Be Down, I was shopping my music, and I was able to meet like the right heads, and they heard my music even off of this was cassette tape days.
Man.
When they heard my music off of cassette tapes. And yeah, man, I got a lot of love, man, and he gave me a lot of attention. So when I got back to town, they answered my calls, and we spoke and did business, and that led to us doing the classic.
Right, one thing to the other. Yeah, that's a big deal working with Pharaoh with Marsh, man. You know what I'm saying?
He's the coolest, man. One of the coolest dudes you could ever meet, man. And he's hilarious too. He's crazy funny.
Word.
Yeah, he's mad cool.
Now, all right. Now, what we can do, cause I know people. I know Thinking of You, man. You want to go into Thinking of You and let the people kind of get a taste for that and hear that.
Thinking About You. I actually just set up a great segue for innovations, but we can go to Thinking About You.
No, we got innovations on board, man. We got your hits over here now, so we
can. No. I was just really being an ass. It was just funny. No. We could go to Thinking About You. Thinking About You is the record that actually won the equivalent to the Grammy. The Canadian Grammy is the Juno over here, so. This is the record that actually won that for us back in 1999/2000. Yeah.
Okay. You know what?
Thinking About You. That's what it's called.
All right. That's what's up. So what we gonna do is get into that. Two rules. Thinking About You. Once again, y'all. And like I said, I was up there this time. You know what I'm saying? So I was jamming to this track at the same time as it was. Hey, no doubt, man. It was going
Can I
up.
just ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead, girl.
Australia, if that's cool. What inspired you to write that song?
Thinking About You?
Yeah.
These two girls that I met from Kitchener, Waterloo, we were actually sitting there brainstorming, and for me, where I came from, like just thinking about it, I was just thinking about a topic, like when you're in a situation with somebody, the communication. When you're trying to communicate with somebody, it's normally that. When you're missing somebody that you're in love with, you're always thinking about them. That's normally the main thing. So it really just came from us brainstorming from how we're gonna write this record, what kind of record we're gonna write, and coming from it from that angle and attacking it that way. Yeah.
And obviously, like a lot of people worldwide would be able to relate to this song as well.
Yes. So yes. That was the whole point of us really saying that and really focusing on writing or doing a record. But I must say, and I'm going to keep it 100, like when I did this record, we went through lots of different choruses, and I must give a shout out to Maestro Fresh West, because at the time I did his record, Stick to Your Vision out here, but I was working on that record at the same time, and he was really pushing me like, no, the chorus is cool, but it still sounds like the verse, and go a little harder, and for us to really get a bigger and better chorus. And like, if I really appreciate his help, just for him just really pushing me like that was the end result, was that record getting that chorus to that point to where it is, and we have a hit.
Okay.
And he
looking forward to listening to it
later on as well, so shout out to Maestro Fresh West, really.
No doubt. He's another pioneer of the Canadian industry up there too as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's get right to Thinking About You, and then we can come back, chop.
About you. That was Thinking About You by Too Rude. I know a lot of y'all done heard that track before. Rude, man, what's going on with that hit, man? Like, that's all right right there. A lot of people was dancing in the club to that. You know that, right? Wasn't you one of them?
Well, I got to shout out the two sisters from Kitchener, Waterloo, Latoya and Miranda. Mystic and Miranda, that's the new name they go by now too. Okay. To shout them out, because it was really cool actually, like working with that. Actually, how I was hooked up with them was they called Mastermind they called him on Eddie's radio show asking, well, how can we, who can we go to get some music done? We want to get some beats, and actually Mastermind got to shout him out too for mentioning my name, and that's how I connected with the girls. And from there, had them come into the studio to do some work, and they sounded amazing, and the rest was just history. And I told them in the studio when I heard them, I said, "You girls are gonna get a Juno," and they laughed, you know what I mean? And exactly we did that. We got the Much Music Video Award. I told them that too, and they got the Juno. So it was amazing.
So y'all got the Much Music joint too, then?
Yeah, we got the Much Music Video Award also for that. Shout out to Rob Ellsworthy. Rob Ellsworthy did that too. That was amazing. That's like a really good friend of mine too. I trusted him to do the video because he's a brilliant artist. He's a crazy artist. He works for Rockstar Video Games and stuff like that. So he works with Grand Theft Auto, and I know he did something with the Warriors video game as well too.
Okay. Hey, we got where Kaleb. Kaleb, you in the building?
Kaleb, you awake? Yeah.
Kaleb like yo man, what about my hit, man? You know what I'm saying? Hey.
No, there's plenty of them.
Well, I know that's right, man. We've been having Here I Am in rotation for a minute on the show too as well, man. Respect, salute, and shout outs to that too, man. That's a big deal right there.
We love you for that, man. Thanks a lot, bro.
Hey, man, you know I got y'all any day, all the time, man. Now, let's go. We're gonna try to switch it back and forth here, all right? Now, Kaleb, all right? Let's talk about or both of you guys, because now you guys work together on these projects as well, right?
That's right. That's correct.
Okay. Now, let's go with Here I Am first. Was that one that you all worked on together, or tell me how the team works?
Well, pretty much when me and Richard are in the lab, he'll play some beats, and I'll just start bopping and doing that little head nod thing. And then once the beat strikes me, then he's like, okay, that's where he'll see it in me. He'll see that that's the direction I'm trying to go for sound. And then we just start coming up with the ideas. But we're really, really hard on what we pick and choose in terms of concept and lyrics. So,
Okay. Now, Rule, what are you thinking about? Just like the song, what are you thinking about when you put these beats together? Like, do you already know, like, working together, the chemistry is obviously there. So do you kind of got an ear for what you know Kaleb is really getting ready to rock to? Like, do you guys know each other like that?
Yeah, but one thing before I really get into that, we go to Here I Am. We also wrote that record with a phenomenal dude. His name's Shakori Knight. We did Here I Am with him, so he's a crazy talented dude, and I had to go look for him because I actually did some records. I did the Keisha Shante Bad Boy remix with him on it, and the Stereo Fast Lane with him on it, and Instant Hit Records. Shakori Knight, shout him out. And yes, Kaleb and I are kind of like connected like MIDI as brothers when it comes to like music and stuff, so when it's just a real vibe thing, and for him working with me, giving me the opportunity to really work with his talent, what I wanted to bring for him is more music that's going to have more longevity. I'd rather have more classics than just some songs it's going to be hot for today, and say 5, 6, 7 years, 10 years down the line, it's forgotten about. I wanted to, with me, how I learned from music, I learned from all the old songs, the old classic records. Like, I pay homage to the people that didn't have any like MIDI connection stuff. When they had to record a song, the bass player had to play from the beginning of the song till the end, all the way down the line, tight. Drummer had to bang all the way down the line, tight. That's what I really respect and learn from. And then when it comes to like reggae music and then real hip hop, when that hit my soul, like all those things, it's in me. James Brown, salute.
Right.
Stevie Wonder, salute. Curtis Mayfield, salute.
All the head.
Donny Hathaway, all the greats. Like, we have to remember, like, if you really want to be a great musician, you have to really respect, and even down to Bach and Mozart and stuff like that. That stuff is really crazy important. You call yourself being a producer, a musician, you should be really eclectic. Don't just lock yourself into just being trapped into this trap music alone. I mean, all that stuff's dope. I listen to everything. And I listen to everything because I don't ever want to become a musical dinosaur. You know, like how our parents, musical dinosaurs, like kind of like how when your parents listen to the sounds and the music that you're listening to and they rag on you for like, oh, why are you listening to all that sounds like just a bunch of noise? That's not real music.
Word.
We have to understand every generation did that. You know what I mean? So if you're going to become a dinosaur, you're going to start sounding like your parents. If you don't understand why the sounds sound like that, I mean, where the kids are coming from with their sound of music. Every generation had their sound. We had our hip-hop. I had my Tribe Called Quest and all that other stuff, whatever. Now these kids got their Chief Keef and whoever it is that they listen to, and I have to still understand the music. I can't knock them. I understand the sound. You have to understand where they're coming from, where that energy is coming from, just from the music side of it. It's kind of like how people make movies.
Right.
That's how I see it. I don't make it my Bible to I have to be out in the street busting guns and stuff like that. But I can understand the musical energy of it and have fun with it as being music, you know?
Hey, you know what? Listen, and I like what you're saying, and I know. Look, I feel you, and as a matter of fact, that gives me a good plan because we're going all of us, especially from being different places, we're going to all in a minute, we're going to all sit and have a good conversation about exactly what you was just talking about, because I got a few questions and just a few topics we going to touch on with that, because for instance, but now Kaleb, real quick, when did you start singing, bro?
When I started singing, I was probably about 7 years old, and it all came from listening to the old soul stars like Jennifer Holliday, Luther Vandross, Lionel Richie, and Hal Melvin and the Blues. I used to listen to all that stuff, but when Boys to Men came out, I started practicing over one of their songs. It was the End of the Road song.
Okay.
So when I started to go out and sing, that was a song I used to tell. Like I used to sing that song everywhere, and that's kind of just how I started singing. But I was serious.
Okay. That's what's up, man. Like, and you got a good voice too. We great. We gonna go into Here I Am, which, you know, people listening to the Global Network, they definitely hear rotating. Look, I like where this is going. Look, everybody out there in Radio Land, we're gonna have us a listening party today, and we're gonna have us some real Global Network topics on this industry as well. Because hey, we got different sides up here, you know what I'm saying, to discuss these different points of view. So that's a real big deal. It's not necessarily a debate, but it's more like a forum. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into Here I Am. Kaleb, I'm gonna let you introduce Here I Am to the world. Outline Radio Keith Harris Show Global Network. We are on the phone with Australia, USA, and Canada all at the same time. It's a big deal. So don't y'all go nowhere. Now, Here I Am, Kaleb. All right, man. Now, with that track right there, it's a hot track. It's a wonderful sound to it, man. Like, how long did it take you guys to put that together?
We had the help of Shikari Knight, an amazing writer and artist like Ruth said to Ruth there. I would say 3 days. Like, it was pretty much, the concept was well together after a day and a half, but a couple touch-ups after the third day, we had it locked in.
Okay, so about 3 days worth of work there, like, which is still a good time for booming out a hit like that. Now,
yeah, in terms of fixing up and changes and things like that, because we're not always 100% started on some of the ideas, so things can change.
Right. Now, when can all right, and I'm gonna ask both you guys this question one at a time. I'll start with you, Rude. A new project. You got a new project that's out or coming out right now or soon?
Oh man, this is what we're doing right now. Like, at the end of the day, like where we are, because we're straight independent. There's nobody backing us but the skin from our backs that's backing us right now.
Right.
So the way it is, we have lots of music and everything must go right now. We're like at the place to where we're happy. Like, we're not really trying to, if someone's interested in us and want to do stuff, well, that's all good. We can speak good business. As long as it's good business, no problem. We can talk good business. But other than that, we're at the place to where we have a situation to where we can distribute our music worldwide, and that's it. So we just, get this thing popping, and then next couple of weeks, we're saying, Caleb, next couple of weeks, we have some next music coming, and we're going to keep dropping it. And his album has to drop, so we got to drop his album and stuff like that too. Right. And I'm re-releasing my first album project too, so that has it thinking about you, and the Glenn Lewis About Your Love, and the Hot Your Hots, and all the hits I had off of that too, because I had lots of videos off that album project too.
Okay. Now we're gonna shifting around a little bit. I know earlier we was talking about the music side and what was First of all, Destiny, you sound like you got a question you want to ask? Or?
Yeah, have you guys ever been to Australia before?
Yep, there's your answer. No, I have not ever been to Australia. I would love to come to Australia. An artist that we're affiliated with out of Harlem, New York, Josiah Hotwire, he was out in Australia not too long ago, working the scene out there.
All right, so just also, what are your
Australian accent?
The accent?
Yeah.
It's very different, isn't it?
We always try to get it by saying, good day, mate, hello there.
Right. That's what we be used to, right?
Yeah,
right.
And then if you want to get English, then you go, hello, lovey. Hello, love.
Oh, you're really good at that. You put on a good impersonation. That's cool.
Actually,
all right.
You know bit there.
Wow. All right, and just another question as well. What is your thoughts about Australia? Like, do you have any kind of idea, like how the hip hop scene is out here? Do you have any kind of feedback off anyone? Like, what's your thoughts?
I've been asked to do some shows down there, so I know, I know they probably have a pretty cool music scene down there. I've never performed there, but I know the music scene is pretty cool. And I know a few DJs that played out there, so I know they're pretty rooted in music.
Yeah.
There to the street, you got Iggy Azalea that's from there, so you guys should actually be proud because you actually had one that actually made it out,
Right.
Exactly.
A friend of mine was actually just saying something about her recently too, where he was like, she's dope and all, but because she's from Australia, he still would like to hear a bit of her accent when she raps, instead of her sounding like she's straight from
America.
A chick out of Atlanta. They were at least just a hint of an accent. That's why Slick Rick really blew up, because man, he was in America with an English accent, killing it.
Yeah, he still had his. And I was going to actually say that. Do you think it could have been, because sometimes when people spend time in another place, they start to lose that accent a little bit. But, I mean, an Australian accent is pretty thick. How long do you think it would take you to lose yours, Destiny, or do you think it would happen?
I'm not sure. I guess for me, I think you know what it is as well. I think because most of us artists in Australia, we grew up listening to American music, if that makes any sense. It's got a very strong influence on us.
Wow.
So I guess when you grow up listening to something, you just it just rubs off in a way, if that makes sense. But with me, you can hear the Aussie accent, and I'm going to be keeping that because I'm sort of, as much as I love America and I can't wait to get up there, I would like to keep where I came from as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud to be from Australia.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that was going to be.
So I don't want to be sounding like anybody else. I want to sound like Destiny. So
in Toronto, there's an accent here too. So
Right.
a lot of the rappers that do make it out are the ones that really do lean more to having a little bit of American accent. They may drop a little Canadian slang on you, or a little, neighborhood slang on you, and that would be that. And no, but flip it kind of fly. You mean? Because honestly, when Jellystone was in the Orb, that's what they were. They used to kill that. It was really amazing. So being able to do it like that, but the ones that make it aren't the ones that have the heavy, hard accents. Even from anywhere, you kind of do have to have a little bit of that twang, because if you come with that funny accent, some heads even in America will be like, I don't know really about that. did, bro. I don't know.
And you know what? And you know, from this point of view, you know what? The truth is, I haven't really seen it done like you say, because most people who end up crossing over, I mean, big shouts to Slick Rick because he was one who didn't do it. But most people who cross over to this American market, you're right. All of a sudden, it becomes all American. So I want to say this: we actually probably would appreciate it if people would just bring it to the table. But like you say, most people don't. They lose it as soon as they get here. You know, so that's going to be a big deal right there.
I think it's important for to
try to fit into like the American standard and what it is that
right. You're right, Caleb. I think that's what it is too.
I gotta shout out people like Dizzy Rascal.
Say that again, Rue.
I just had to shout out Dizzy Rascal because I'm just shouting out Dizzy Rascal. I never heard Dizzy Rascal ever try to sound American on any record. If I've ever heard his stuff, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Never heard him try to sound American, so you know what Dizzy Rascal is?
I don't. I might do, but you gotta refresh me. I don't know, who is he?
He's not grime, but he's pretty much like a UK rapper.
Oh, okay. See, I ain't up to date like that. Like, all right, I need to check him out.
He's not even. I wouldn't even say he's the most up to date from there, but I'm just giving him props because he is pretty much legendary and he has good history from there, which I gotta salute because I know of some of his stuff.
Okay, that's a big deal.
I don't know him like that, but I'm just saluting his history and his music. You know.
Word.
He won like American Awards, didn't he?
I think so.
Say that again, Caleb.
Dizzy Rascal, he won American awards and stuff like that. Like he got a lot of coverage in America too as well.
Okay. Yeah, big shouts out, salute to that then. That's a big deal. Now, what all right, now we was talking about before, do you think that there is, we was talking about the difference in music today, and like you say, the musical dinosaurs, totally agree with that. We all went through it. Your parents, hey man, y'all, that music ain't nothing, what you listening to. But now, do you think, now with the music industry today, does it look like there's going to be room for both? Because it's scary out here, because now you get the new music, and big shout outs to that. I love it too. I listen to all of it. Now, do you think that there's going to be room for the new and the old, like say the 90s era? You know what I'm saying? The golden eras. You think there's going to be room for both?
Man, imagine them saying that way back in the day when it came down to Elvis and the different kind of soul music.
Yeah, yeah.
Like music is one hell of a drug, bro. So like, there's all kinds of people that would find different rare stuff. You know what I mean? And it all passes on, and it just spreads like a crazy virus. So I think it's always funny when people always try to put that point on stuff. Look at like they said about hip hop a while ago. Like I wouldn't dare talk about dubstep or anything like that now because that's a nice kind of energy. Like it's some of that stuff I think is hella creative and dope. But for me to say, oh, that's only gonna last like a minute. Nah, man. People want to dance and people get certain kind of something out of that kind of music, so you can't say that's gonna die. Like your kids, even when you're kids, you have babies coming up and they hear that kind of music starting, you want to watch your babies move. It's crazy. So
Word.
Yeah, man, you just can't. Music is music, man. Really trying to point and stop and point things out. You know what I mean? Like the people that like all the stuff that they like are people that pretty much listen to radios and stuff like that. No disrespect to this radio, but the people that get fed stuff over and over and over and don't adventure out into different places, like how YouTube is amazing now. You can find anything. You can venture off and go listen to Lana Del Rey or different kinds of music, some African music, some Indian music, whatever, anything you want, just to expand your taste and just your knowledge, just because you're just there to be different, to listen to something, because good music is good music. It doesn't matter what it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think if you want to be a musician, I think the best thing for you is to open up yourself into learning how to understand different music, how the cultures talk with sounds and stuff like that. Some songs I love, I don't understand half of what an individual is saying in the music, but I feel what's going on off of how whatever language they're speaking in words is going on. I can tell that's a love song, or I can tell that's an angry song. I can tell that's gangster right there. You know what I mean? It just depends on whatever energy that they're giving out. So,
now, sorry to cut you off. Now, with that, now with that being the case, okay. Now, because you know what, you got to look at it too, Rube. But you, somebody who know this. I mean, again, so long in the game, you can speak from the point of view of people who understand that thoroughly. But now, with that being said, we know that there's room, and there. Put it this way, we know that there should be room for both. Okay, because again, music universal. It's a drug, like you say. Destiny, everybody loves it. But now, here's the key question. So, what happened? Why isn't it that way?
Go back to being direct with your question as far as why isn't it what way for me, because I kind of got lost.
Okay, why is it that nowadays you don't hear both sides of the music? Like, music has definitely changed. I don't know if you would agree with that. Okay. Now, with like with all the, like, okay, you don't hear nowadays. You got more. I'm gonna just come out and keep it 100. Nowadays you got a lot of bounce tracks. There's not. Nowadays, a lot of times sometimes you can't tell what artists are saying when they're rapping. Okay. Opposed to back in the day, or just different artists, not necessarily back in the day, when there were lyrics. There weren't as many dances and this and that, but they were lyrically inclined. There, you don't see both of those, and definitely not in mainstream. Like underground, you may see that. You can go find out who you know. But when it comes to the radio or mainstream and things like that, you're right. You got to go to YouTube. So my question is, why isn't it that way nowadays? Why can't we turn on the radio and hear both?
Money, man. I'm just gonna be real. Like it's money. It's turned into like a crazy kind of business. Like if you want to eat, like you just can't think you have a hot record and you're just gonna put your record out and the whole world is gonna like hear your song because you put it out there, whatever. No, you're gonna get blocked because unless you're down with the teams and part of the machine and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't really expect that you're gonna go out there and make like millions because you got this hot record. Like how it works too, even with like well, to answer your question, I'm just saying it's money. It's a business. Whatever they promote, the radio, whoever, whatever advertisers or sponsors are paying to promote this and whatever, or whatever artist is being backed by whatever machine. It's really about who's pushing the money in the right places. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is just my opinion from what I see with where it's at. This is where people get brainwashed into believing that so-and-so is the best, or so-and-so is the hottest, or so-and-so is hot right now. Even normally, if that song hits you on another day while there's other good music playing, you'll be like, that's straight garbage. But because it's being fed to you like that, and you know what I mean, some people, they don't really have the leadership skills to put their foot down and say something is shit when it's shit. If, they think it's shit, but 5 people around them say, hey, this is hot.
Yeah.
Then they fall in line. You know what? Hot. You're right.
Yeah. No, you're right.
In their own 2 feet and really be like, nah, that's shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And once it's fed to you enough times, that shit becomes the hottest shit you've ever heard in your life all of a sudden. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
However, they're pushing it, man. So at the end of the day, that's what it is.
I agree. I agree with you on that. Actually, as a matter of fact, Destiny, Kaleb, any intake on that?
I believe in that you can't become a perfectionist until you repeat doing something over and over again. And it's like the same as Ruth said, like. There's a lot of songs that I necessarily didn't like, and I heard them 4 or 5 times, and I ended up singing them and liking them. So,
yeah.
I mean, there's a magic in the music.
Yeah.
There's no escaping it. It happens with every record. Where is the love? Where is the love? That old Black Eyed Peas song.
Yep.
I never used to like that record, and even though there was a positive message in it, it just sounded a little overdriven to me. So after 3 times, I was singing it like like I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I find myself doing that with records. So like, you can't front on music, man. Like, you just gotta enjoy it for the ride, you know. That's how I feel.
I think I don't know, my opinion's a little bit different. I think that everyone's got different opinions out there, and I think it depends on where you're at in your life. Depends on how you're going to feel about that particular track, if that makes any sense. Like, one day you could be going through something and then that song comes on and you don't really feel that. Then another time you could be going through an experience or something like that, then you can relate to that track, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, you know, it all makes sense. Opinions, you know what I'm saying? So they definitely
everyone's
make
got
sense.
different opinions. Everyone's going to like different kind of stuff.
I agree with exactly what you're saying, because that is what music is about. When you write music, you shouldn't be writing music just to be writing any lot of okie dokie stuff. You should be able to have people to be able to relate to what you're saying. You're sending out messages to where we have the power as musicians to be able to heal people with certain messages. If I'm feeling a certain way and I can be real and out it, and you're like, damn, I wouldn't say that, but thank you for saying that. That's exactly like how I felt, man. That's shit. Thanks. We got to be able to do that as songwriters and producers, like with the kind of energies that we're putting out there. You know what I mean? But be versatile with the kind of energies that you want to do. If you want to be a musician, learn and understand everything about every sound and genre that is out there. Don't be a hater on certain things. Like, certain things may get on your nerves, but understand it. Certain areas and people and cultures where that music comes from, that's their way of speaking out there, or they're telling you, yo, something heavy is going on out here. If the music sounds a little scary, then maybe out there something's happening that's a little scary out there. You know, so
I feel that way. For me, I like all music. I do want to see things get back to where music is really there's more versatility in the music, because there are a lot of stereotypes out there nowadays. A lot of mainstream artists are really talking about the same things nowadays. So I don't hate on it, but I'm just keeping it 100 when I say that. Like, versatility needs to come back into the music nowadays, because listen, we got kids and stuff growing up out here, to be honest with you, man. We don't have no music out here no more with no types of real messages to it that are coming on the radio. Kids turning on the radio nowadays and they hearing some crazy stuff, things I don't want my kids I'm in the car and I can't find a song really on an urban FM station really that I can let my kids really vibe to or get no message, you know what I'm saying, like Slick Rick with Hey Young World or different tracks like that. So it's really different. I kind of want to see it, I like the new, but I also want to see the blend of everything as well, man. So hopefully we can get around to doing that. Now, listen, innovations. Rude, tell us about innovations so we can get into that.
Innovations, I would have to first of all thank God for actually making it happen, because Simmonds is one of my favorite rappers, of all times. He's in, one of the 50 best MCs of all times. But yeah, he's pretty much one of my favorite rappers. And then Socrates from here, the reason why I put them together, Socrates was my favorite rapper from here at the time. So that was the whole concept of this collaboration, like, on my album. So my album was pretty much kind of like how I looked at it back then was I pretty much wanted to do the same kind of Dr. Dre compilation, Quincy Jones kind of thing. You know what I mean? So, but I wanted to have R&B and hip hop, really, to also teach the kids to be more eclectic. Instead of just listening to one genre of music, I really wanted to have mine switched up a little bit. So, instead of just putting out a hip hop album and the next album going to be R&B, I just wanted to have them like fused together. And also to give a lot of the talent from here a shot at getting out there, because this album actually helped to break a lot of these heads. You know what I mean? So let's get into innovations. If you want right now with Socrates, Simmonds, and myself, Too Rude, Rudimental 2K being re-released in the next week or two.
Right here on Global Network.
Yeah.
Socrates, y'all. Simmonds 13. Simmonds, y'all. Socrates, definitely all this shit right here. Now what? Yo, my nigga Too Rude, y'all. Rudimental, y'all niggas get the fuck with this. Let 'em know. I'm rolling one man deep, combing the streets and beatboxing like the film niggas singing hymns, picking cotton. With massive watching, tempo eardrums with pleasure. Every single measure apply, exact amount of pressure. A chemical reaction happen, but with fashion by the spit ratchet for its catalytic fashion, showing this passion for harassing microphones, passion to the left, and let my nigga barrel blast.
My very last breath to be Allah who walk bar for narcotic cops that mark me inside of the sharp bar. Spiritual sparks, a lyrical darts of depth of visual. One nation under this rap shit indivisible. Never miserable anymore. A pharaoh that critically acclaimed rap professional, keeping computer digital. My heart the best beat. This expert who can keep niggas alert in the school for narcoletters.
So the time it takes, yes sir, for every rhyme to shine in the vein. Come on, y'all don't never underestimate. Most niggas come fake, but we cutting the red tape.
How many men take the quality time to renovate through rhyme form? Slowly for poetic penetration, subliminal in this world with minimal ventilation. The taskmaster don't gas mask from a clinic. Walking the earth avoiding the global epidemic. I limit the sun's UV rays with a visor. When y'all pass the plague with your blunts for your saliva. We mainline the rhyme in your mind like tranquilizer.
The king has arrived, y'all. Before I get you at your bar mitzvah, leaving you mentally circumcised. Nah, I did it.
You listen to Hotline Radio, KeithHarris Show, Global Network. We right here. That was a piece of innovations with Two Rube, Socrates, and Pharaoh Monch. A great song right there. So y'all check that now. Kaleb, all right. What track y'all want to go into? How about what track you want to go into from Kaleb right quick, Kaleb? We got let's talk about what? Been a long time?
Yeah, shoot, let's do Been a Long Time. I was gonna say Give It to Me, but we can give it Been a Long Time. Been a Long Time is like that's the song that pretty much has no time stamp on it. That's an old, now and futuristic kind of jam. We had Soul Fingers bless us with the keys on that. Rest in peace, Soul Fingers. And Kobe James on the bass, a very, very, very talented bass player. And Richard and I on the writing. And this song was kind of inspired by like the old Motown kind of feel, like Hal Melvin and the Blue Notes and Teddy Pendergrass. You know, the brothers were just giving it to the ladies with the vocals. Like that's kind of where we approached it on the vocal.
Okay.
One of the songs, but yeah, this has been a long time. Gonna be one of the biggest records out here in R&B once the world catches on to it. So check it out, y'all. Produced by Two Rube.
All right, been a long time.
Your game is tight, girl. I'm talking about you. See, I don't usually trip for a chick like this. I'm telling you, ooh, you got that crack. I'm feeling crazy, of you. Now a pimper knows what a pimper likes. I'm taking you. It's been a long time since I've been in love, girl. And I'm feeling that feeling for you. It's been a long time since I've been in love, girl. And I'm feeling this feeling for you. I'm feeling this feeling. Let's have a good time, yeah. If you wanted to ride the Cadillac, we can do that, yeah. You sound so sexy when you scream my name. She's about to make me lose my...
That was a bit of Been a Long Time by Kaleb Simmonds, produced by Two Rube. That's a hot R&B track right there, as a matter of fact, man. I can see a lot going on with that, glasses of wine and everything. Listen, we got about a minute. Real quick, Rude, Kaleb, let everybody know where to go check out your music at.
You say you see a lot going on with that, with a lot of magnums, what?
Okay, well, that too. We uncut on here, so okay, wine, magnums, the whole net, all that, right? Go ahead, though.
Okay, find our music. First of all, Kaleb Simmonds, the project that you just heard, we can find been a long time, and here I am. You can find it at Here I Am before the album, Kaleb Simmonds, KalebSimmonds at iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, or anywhere you are in the world that actually sells music. You can actually find it just by typing in his name.
And you, Rude?
Yeah.
Where you? Because we great cut off.
Me?
Yeah.
Rudimentalrecords.com. RUDIMENTAL. Records was the S.com. And you can find me on Instagram, rudimentalrecords.com. Facebook, Richard Rudimental.
All right. Shout outs to Too Rude. Shout outs to Kaleb Simmonds for being with us today. Shout outs to my co-host, Destiny Rydas. Don't forget to pick up her project as well. And we're going to come back and do another segment of this, y'all. Global Network all the way around the world. Australia, Canada, USA in the building. Y'all stay tuned.
To the world.
Do you mind if I just shout out my Instagram right quick?
Yep.
Yeah, for y'all that want to check some of my Instagram stuff, it's KALEB_Simmonds, SIMMONDS. That's Kaleb_Simmonds. You get in there, Twitter, it's Kaleb Simmonds. Yeah, no.
All right. Now, look, also, I look forward to some collaborations from Canada to Australia coming up, right? I'm hoping, I can assume.
That's easy. Love and respect to the world. That can happen.
Sounds good to me. That's great.
That's what's up. Y'all don't be shy about it now.
And nobody's shy.
I'm ready. I'm always in the studio. I love what I do, so I'm ready anytime.
Yeah.
All right. That's what's up.
I'm all with it. That's another man. That's man, she foreign.
Exactly.
That is delightful. So let's do it.
Man, she foreign, man.
Yeah, right.
It could be. All right, so we is the show done? Are we gonna play some more music? Or we got another question? Or we?
Hey,
Can I just say my shout outs quickly, if that's cool?
Oh,
yeah,
please,
go ahead.
By all means.
Alright, just a quick shout out to my PR in Miami, Harold, thank you very much. Also my graphic designer, Ben from Australia. And just a massive shout out to all the independent artists out there that are working really hard. I know how hard it is out there to actually, get to that level where you want to be. Just keep grinding, keep staying positive, and just go for it. So, yeah.
That's what's up.
I agree with you. Massive shout out. I totally agree. Massive, mate.
We look for that.
Cheers.
All right, so that's what's up. Global Network, Hotline Radio, KeithHarris, Destiny Rydas, Too Rude, Kaleb Simmonds.
Yeah,
We out.